NCAA Women's Tournament. Today we have with us South Dakota State University. We have head coach Aaron Johnston, student athletes Mariva Bover, Kristen Roeder, and Katie Cornerman. Again, just a reminder about the procedure. First, we'll be starting with Coach Johnston here with an opening statement, and we'll direct our questions towards our student athletes, and then we'll come back towards Coach Johnston. Again, we do ask that prior to asking your questions, we ask that you please state your name and your affiliation. Coach Johnston.
Well, thank you. It's really good to be here. Quite an honor to be back in the NCAA tournament for the second year in a row. It's been a good day and a half so far. You've probably gotten all the questions out of the way about the weather, I would suspect, and you won't ask us about what it's like to have this weather, I know, since we're from South Dakota. That'll just breeze by. But everything's gone really well. It's been a good about week and a half of trying to get ready for the NCAA tournament since our conference tournament was done in the Summit League. And we're excited about the chance to play a team like Oklahoma that has such a rich tradition in women's basketball. And it'll be fun to get on the court today and probably work off some nervous energy that all the teams go through at this point, and then see where things fall tomorrow during the game.
At this time, questions for our student athletes.
Eric from KSFY, just how much easier is it, Katie, start with you, this time around after being here last year? How does that experience kind of help you now come into this tournament?
I think it just really makes you more comfortable because you know what to expect. You're just, overall, we've been here before, so we kind of know how everything works in the system and stuff. So I just think overall we're just a little bit more comfortable.
Kristen, Oklahoma's got a lot of sort of famous names on the roster again, even though the Paris sisters are gone. Is that strange at all for you guys? There's maybe not quite as much star power with your team.
It was kind of crazy at first when we read some of the players and saw the connections they had, but you know, it's just a game and it just matters what happens when you get on the court.
Well, for any of you, when you see Oklahoma, what jumps out? What is the outsider's point of view of this team that some of us cover all the time? Okay, Kristen.
They're very athletic. They've got a lot of strong presence inside, a lot of good post players, and you know, they're just a very complete team.
Do you guys feel like you've obviously you've had a long time since you've played last. Do you feel like you're more than prepared, maybe a little over-prepared as we get into this game tomorrow? Katie, I'll just ask you so we don't avoid that confusion.
I feel really prepared. I think our coaching staff does a great job of showing us what we should be expecting, and I don't know. I think the team's really ready to go.
Maria, after the experience last year, beating TCU, almost beating Baylor, kind of like going up against another Big 12 team?
It definitely is fun. It's a great experience for our whole team going up against it. And obviously there's going to be a little nerves, but it'll just be really fun to get out there and play against a big school like that, Oklahoma.
From a competition standpoint, is the Big 12 considered to be the best in the country?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Going to the game, obviously, an underdog in this game, playing in a hostile environment. How do you get past that? I mean, obviously there'll be a lot more Sooner fans, and you're not used to being an underdog. Do you kind of like that role in a way a little bit? Coach, Katie?
I don't know. Going into it, I'm not really focusing on the crowd as much as just what we need to take care of on the court. I do think we'll have plenty of Jackrabbit fans in the stands. So I don't know. I just think it'll be a great atmosphere overall.
Katie, now you've seen some film. What jumps out about Oklahoma to you, and maybe talk about what you saw from Robinson?
I think the keys to the game is just going to be our defense. If we can play our team defense like we're supposed to and like we usually do, I think that'll really help us in the game.
Marie, are you a little concerned about? Maybe Katie's talking about defense. Are you a little bit concerned with some of maybe the size and the athletic ability of some of the post players?
They definitely do outsize us and are very athletic, but I think as a whole our team is really good at team defense. It's not going to be just the post players guarding the post. It's going to be a lot of the guards digging down and whatnot. So it's going to be a big team defense effort.
Kristen, how important is it for you guys to get off to a good start shooting wise? I mean, obviously the way it went with TCU last year was a little bit ridiculous, but I mean, how important is it to get off to a really nice start shooting right away?
I think it definitely helped us, but we're a good shooting team, but we don't depend on that completely. We've had games where we've struggled shooting the ball from long range, and we've still found ways to win. And we aren't going to be able to rely on that all the time. We're going to have to find other ways to score too.
Maria, when you've seen in the men's NCAA tournament some 14 seeds taken down, some 3 seeds, I don't know if you paid attention to that too much, but when you see that, do you kind of look at your situation and say, hey, do the same thing?
Definitely, I think we all look at that as a whole as, the 14 seed kind of upsets, and it's exciting, and it gets us going, that can happen, that we're not the underdog, or we are the underdogs, but it doesn't mean we're necessarily going to lose.
And Katie, just talk a little bit about where this program has come from. I mean, I know before you got there, you guys had kind of wait out to get your turn to get to the NCAAs, and here you are, first 2 years you're eligible, you're in.
Yeah, I think it just shows that SASU has been a good basketball program even when we were D2, and so that really helped the transition to Division I. And I think just everyone involved, like our university and the coaches we have done a really good job of creating this program and making it a good basketball program.
Was it hard to wait those first 2 years when you were in the NIT, knowing that you didn't have a chance to get here?
No, I think we got excited just for any opportunity for postseason play. So, getting a chance to even play in the WNIT was kind of fun and cool for us. And we knew we'd get our chance, or I knew at least in my last 2 years I'd get a chance. And it's been pretty awesome being able to make it here 2 years in a row.
Kristen, last year you guys came in, and although it was your first time in terms of seed, you were favored to win a game. This year you're not only a much lower seed, but you're playing essentially a true road game and against a team that went to the Final Four. Could you talk about how that role is different? In some ways, you guys aren't. A lot of people know about your program, maybe not always this kind of underdog. Does that feel a little strange?
Well, not really. I guess this is my 3rd year in the program, and I never stepped on the court for a game and thought for 1 second that we didn't have the ability to beat the other team. And I think that's something our coaching staff gives us to give us confidence. And, we may be the underdog on paper and in people's opinions, but, we really believe that we're good enough to compete with just about any team out there.
Hey, how important, just this shoot-around, obviously it's pretty short, but how important is it to get out on this floor and get that time to shoot around a little bit and just kind of shake off the bus playing legs?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think everyone on the team feels a little pent-up energy and, get that nervous, excited feeling out a little bit. I know I'm looking forward to it, just to kind of see the arena and get a good feel for what we'll see tomorrow night.
Any other questions for our student athletes?